The average cost to replace an outlet ranges from $10 to $25 per outlet for labor only. For 35 outlets, the estimated total cost would be between $350 and $875. Several factors can affect the cost. Firstly, the number of outlets directly impacts the price. More outlets translate to a higher overall cost. Secondly, accessibility plays a role. Outlets that are easily accessible will be less expensive to replace than those that are hard to reach. Thirdly, the type of outlet matters. Some outlets, such as ground fault circuit interrupter or GFCI outlets, are more expensive to install than standard outlets. Fourthly, the condition of the existing wiring is crucial. If the existing wiring is not in good condition, it may need to be repaired or replaced, which will increase the cost. Fifthly, pigtailing affects the price. If the outlets are not pigtailed, adding pigtails will take additional time and increase the cost. This estimate assumes that the existing wiring is in good working order. The outlets are standard 15 amps or 20 amps single GaN outlets, and the homeowner is providing the new Leviton outlets. Based on a cost of $18 per outlet, the estimated cost for replacing 35 outlets would be $630. However, it is important to consider all the factors and provide a range of potential costs. Replacing electrical outlets involves disconnecting the existing outlet, testing the wires, connecting the wires to the new outlet, and securing the new outlet in the electrical box. It is crucial to follow all electrical safety codes and regulations to prevent electrical shock and fire hazards. Before starting, turn off the power to the circuit at the breaker box. Use a non-contact voltage tester to ensure the power is off. Remove the faceplate from the outlet using a screwdriver. Unscrew the screws holding the outlet to the electrical box. Carefully pull the outlet out of the box. Inspect the wiring connections. There are usually 3 wires: black, which is the hot wire, white, which is the neutral wire, and green or bare copper, which is the ground wire. Use a screwdriver to loosen the screws holding the wires to the old outlet. If the wires are back-wired, meaning they are inserted into holes in the back of the outlet, use a small screwdriver to release them. Straighten the ends of the wires. If the wires are damaged or frayed, use wire strippers to cut off the damaged section and expose fresh wire. Connect the wires to the new outlet. The black wire connects to the brass screw, the white wire connects to the silver screw, and the green or bare copper wire connects to the green screw. Make sure the connections are tight and secure. Push the outlet back into the electrical box. Secure the outlet to the box with screws. Attach the faceplate. Turn the power back on at the breaker box. Test the outlet to ensure it is working properly. Use an outlet tester to check the wiring. If the outlet does not work, or if the wiring is incorrect, turn off the power and recheck the connections. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, hire a qualified electrician to replace the outlets. Electrical work can be dangerous, and it is important to take precautions to prevent injury or property damage. When selecting replacement outlets, choose outlets that are rated for the appropriate amperage and voltage for the circuit. Most household outlets are 15 amps or 20 amps and 120 volts. Check the rating on the existing outlet or the circuit breaker to determine the appropriate rating. Consider using tamper-resistant outlets, especially in homes with small children. Tamper-resistant outlets have internal shutters that prevent objects from being inserted into the slots. Ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI outlets, are required in certain locations, such as bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor areas. GFCI outlets protect against electrical shock by monitoring the current flow and tripping the circuit if a ground fault is detected. When replacing outlets, consider upgrading to smart outlets. Smart outlets can be controlled remotely using a smartphone or voice assistant. They can also be used to monitor energy consumption and set schedules for turning devices on and off. Always use the proper tools for electrical work, including screwdrivers, wire strippers, pliers, and a voltage tester. Wear safety glasses and gloves to protect yourself from injury. Never work on electrical circuits when they are wet. Keep a fire extinguisher nearby in case of an electrical fire. If you smell burning or see smoke, turn off the power immediately and call the fire department. Before starting any electrical work, check local building codes and regulations. Some jurisdictions require a permit for electrical work. Always follow the manufacturer's instructions when installing electrical devices. If you are unsure about any aspect of electrical work, consult a qualified electrician. Electrical work can be complex and dangerous, and it is important to have the knowledge and skills to do it safely. When replacing outlets, consider the overall aesthetic of the room. Choose outlets that match the color and style of the existing fixtures. Consider using decorative faceplates to enhance the look of the outlets. When replacing outlets, check the condition of the electrical box. If the box is damaged or corroded, it should be replaced. Make sure the box is properly grounded. When replacing outlets, label the wires to ensure they are connected correctly to the new outlet. Use electrical tape to label the wires. When replacing outlets, take pictures of the wiring connections before disconnecting the wires. This will help you remember how to connect the wires to the new outlet. When replacing outlets, use a torque screwdriver to tighten the screws to the proper torque. Over-tightening or under-tightening the screws can damage the outlet or the wiring. When replacing outlets, consider using a Y connector instead of wrapping the wires around the screws. Wire connectors provide a more secure and reliable connection. When replacing outlets, make sure the outlet is properly aligned with the faceplate. A misaligned outlet can be difficult to use and can look unsightly. When replacing outlets, consider using a level to ensure the outlet is installed straight. A crooked outlet can look unprofessional. When replacing outlets, clean the area around the outlet before installing the new outlet. Dust and debris can interfere with the electrical connections. When replacing outlets, inspect the surrounding drywall or plaster for damage. Repair any damage before installing the new outlet. When replacing outlets, consider using a stud finder to locate the studs in the wall. Secure the electrical box to the stud for added stability. When replacing outlets, consider using a cable clamp to secure the electrical cable to the electrical box. A cable clamp prevents the cable from being pulled out of the box. When replacing outlets, consider using a box extender if the electrical box is recessed too far into the wall. A box extender will bring the outlet flush with the wall. When replacing outlets, consider using a voltage amplifier if the voltage is too low. A voltage amplifier will boost the voltage to the proper level. When replacing outlets, consider using a surge protector outlet to protect electronic devices from power surges. A surge protector outlet has built-in surge protection. When replacing outlets, consider using a USB outlet to charge electronic devices. A USB outlet has built-in USB ports. When replacing outlets, consider using a dimmer outlet to control the brightness of lights. A dimmer outlet has a built-in dimmer switch. When replacing outlets, consider using a timer outlet to automatically turn devices on and off. A timer outlet has a built-in timer. When replacing outlets, consider using a motion sensor outlet to automatically turn devices on when motion is detected. A motion sensor outlet has a built-in motion sensor. When replacing outlets, consider using a voice-activated outlet to control devices with your voice. A voice-activated outlet can be controlled with the voice assistant. When replacing outlets, consider using a wireless outlet to control devices remotely. A wireless outlet can be controlled with a smartphone or tablet. When replacing outlets, consider using an energy monitoring outlet to track energy consumption. An energy monitoring outlet provides data on energy usage. When replacing outlets, consider using a tamper-proof outlet to prevent tampering. A tamper-proof outlet is designed to resist tampering. When replacing outlets, consider using a weather-resistant outlet for outdoor applications. A weather-resistant outlet is designed to withstand the elements. When replacing outlets, consider using an explosion-proof outlet for hazardous locations. An explosion-proof outlet is designed to prevent explosions. When replacing outlets, consider using a hospital-grade outlet for medical facilities. A hospital-grade outlet is designed for critical applications. When replacing outlets, consider using an isolated ground outlet for sensitive electronic equipment. An isolated ground outlet provides the separate ground path. When replacing outlets, consider using a corrosion-resistant outlet for marine environments. A corrosion-resistant outlet is designed to withstand corrosion. When replacing outlets, always follow proper safety procedures.